Thank you for joining my channel today. I'm going to show you and share with you the making of Neptune's Tide. It was a flip cup pour. I used 8 flip cups in this creation, and the colors that I used and mixed up was white, viridian, phthalo blue, grey, black, cerulean blue by Montmartre. I also used a raw sienna. I used an aqua green and also cerulean blue by Dala and white again. So I've mixed up quite a few cups of paint in my ratio of 1 part paint to 1.5 parts boring medium. Here I am layering 8 cups with all the colors. I only filled up the cups once with each color. Every cup has got 240 mils of paint. So I sandwiched the colors between 2 white layers of paint. So before
I'm
I
just cleaning
flip the
the
cups, I'm
just
rubbing in the spills from the filling up the cups. There were some splatters of paint, and it doesn't really make a difference to the end result. So I'm going to be flipping over 8 cups at this point. That's cup number 1, 2, and I'm sure that you can count along with me. That was 3, 4, cup number 5, number 6, number 7, and finally number 8. And so we give the paint a few moments to settle down to the bottom onto the canvas before we will pick it up and lift it up and spread the paint around the canvas. So at this point I'm releasing the paint from each one of those cups, and I am leaving the cup on the canvas so that the rest of the paint that's still sitting inside the cup has a chance to flow straight down onto the canvas itself, and we minimize the paint wastage in that way. So each of the 8 cups will be flipped and lifted. You will notice that the cells will start developing immediately when you lift those cups. There is 5 drops of silicone in each of the paint colors, and that causes the cells. And you want cells in your flip cup. That is a signature of a flip cup. Here I am taking the ridge or the round of the cup, and I am pulling it through the paint and creating a pattern on top of the paint. That is just a way that we sort of move the paint around and create some interesting detail in the flip cup, especially when you're working on a bigger canvas. I'm lifting up those cups now. Most of the paint on the inside has had a chance to run down the sides, and the cups are fairly empty at this point. Once again, I decided to run the cup through the paint on the canvas again, because there were some parts that was too much paint of one color, and I wanted to create some interest and just break up that solid white and solid blue color on the pour. So we so slowly start to stretch and tilt the canvas. This is a very big canvas, so there's a lot of paint and it's quite heavy. So we move the paint very, very slowly. The intention is to stretch and tilt, but not tilt the paint over the edge of the canvas yet. So I first wanted to cover the entire surface of the canvas with the paint before pushing it over the edge. So that's what I'm doing at this point. I'm just ensuring that the surface of the canvas is covered about 3/4 before I stop, and then I will first give it a light torch before I continue to stretch. So that's what you will see me do in the next minute or so. When you're stretching and tilting, it's not a rushed process. It's quite a slow, methodical process that you will use to move your paint. So here I am torching. I'm torching air bubbles, but I'm also giving the paint the opportunity to bring up some extra cells that may still have been lurking around under those colors. Now at this point I'm stretching the paint across the canvas, but the intention is now to hook it over the corners and then bring the paint back to the center. So you feel where the weight of the paint is, you push it, tilt the canvas to pull it back to the center, and then I'm going to stretch it over the edge, the bottom edge now closest to you. Once again, bring it back to the center. And now I'm going to tilt the paint in the opposite direction and hook it over another corner. So I'm turning the canvas around to give you a better view, and I'll slowly start to walk that paint, tilting the canvas to the left and to the right, to the left and to the right, so that you don't distort much of the composition. Now I'm hooking the paint over the edge once again, and then I will pull it back to the center. So it's important always, once you hook your paint over the edge, pull it back to the middle of the canvas. In that way you maintain the integrity of your composition and give yourself an opportunity to step back, take a look at your painting, decide what you want to keep or what you want to tilt off. So take your time, don't rush your process. Enjoy the way the paint moves, and the painting will you will start to make a connection with your painting. So walking it again side to side, hooking it over the edge, pull the paint back to the middle before stretching and tilting into a different direction. The canvas is fairly heavy, so it takes a little bit of juggling to get the canvas even. So once again, take a step back, take a look at your composition, check your balance of your painting before you continue to stretch and tilt. Walking it left and to the right. And now I'm going to hook it over the corner and then pull it back to the middle again. Pulling it back. Hooking the paint over the edge once again, pulling it back, and now we're going to hook it over the final corner. That's the fourth corner. There we go. working on composition right now. I'm making sure that the paint is evenly covered across the entire surface of the canvas and that there's no places or spaces on the canvas where you have a thicker uh, level of paint. At this point, I've removed my gloves. I've picked up a small palette knife and I'm cleaning the underside of my canvas. The paint that has run over the sides have now caused a lot of drips on the underside, and those drips, it's important to remove them. So I'm scraping the underside with the palette knife to remove those drips, or they will continue to pull on the surface of your canvas and continue to pull that paint off and distort your entire composition. This is the last torch that I give. This is merely to pop the air bubbles that have come to the surface. The torch also creates a smooth surface on your painting. So this is the final end result. I'm happy with the painting at this point. I will do no further tilting and stretching, and I'm just bringing you down for your close-up. So please enjoy the video further. Thank you for joining me, everyone. I hope that I'm going to see you on the next video. Take care, stay well, and bye for now.